Update 3. It now appears that a deal won't get done after all because, as Bloomberg reports, the House has just left for the night and a GOP aide says that the House won't return before midnight. U.S. shutdown appears inevitable as House leaves for the night. House GOP aide says House won't return before midnight deadline. There is still some hope because, as Bloomberg adds, negotiations are still ongoing between the White House and congressional leaders on the government funding bill, though the key issue still remains how much funding for border security, and whether it would be allowed to be used to construct President Trump's border wall. That said, the floated $1.6 billion proposal appears to have been turned down by Mark Meadows. Cornyn says deal being looked at with $1.6 billion for border security. Meadows says he can't do $1.6 billion for wall. There is no deal. GOP exploring possibility of $1.6 billion for border to avert shutdown. We'll keep you updated as things change. Meanwhile at the White House. Update 2. The Senate has voted to proceed with debate on the House-passed spending bill after Vice President Mike Pence broke a 47-47 tie. Outgoing Senator Jeff Flake, RAS, who contributed to the Kavanaugh confirmation spectacle, said there is no path forward for the House bill. Update: the House has voted to meet tomorrow at noon, 12 hours into the potential government shutdown. McConnell, meanwhile, said that the Senate voted to proceed in order to maintain maximum flexibility to cut a later funding deal. That said, there is no agreement on funding, which CNN's Manu Raju suggests means there is no chance Trump gets his $5 billion in wall funding. Senator Bob Corker, RTN, said Friday that Senate leaders have an agreement in place for a House-passed stopgap measure to avert a government shutdown which includes funding for President Trump's border wall. Emerging from a meeting in Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's Archie office, Corker said that Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, DNY, and McConnell are expected to enter into an agreement on the Senate floor, according to The Hill. This will be an agreement between McConnell and Schumer about what next happens on the Senate floor. You'll see them to enter into a little discussion, said Corker. It charts the course forward that gives us the best chance of actually coming to a solution. Corker suggested that a government shutdown may be averted, citing meetings with White House officials. Some of the folks at the White House seem to be optimistic, he said, adding that President Trump is very aware of what's happening. The potential breakthrough comes after Schumer met with Vice President Pence, incoming White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney and White House advisor Jared Kushner on Friday afternoon. The negotiations later moved over to the House, with Pence, Mulvaney and Kushner huddling in Speaker Paul Ryan's ceremonial office with Majority Whip Steve Scalise, a la Freedom Caucus leaders Mark Meadows, RNC, and Jim Jordan, Republican Ohio, and Republican Study Committee Chairman Mark Walker, RNC. Corker warned that the danger of a partial government shutdown is not completely gone. The Hill, it's just how we're going to proceed in a manner that we think is best, said Corker. The first discussion is not substance, it's process. Meanwhile, looks like Trump may go medieval on illegal border crossers.